Hello out there, everybody. Been wanting to do another one of these vids for a little while. Just hadn't got around to it and decided to do one tonight. Um, this is going to be 5 more of my favorite, excuse me, lesser known films that I don't think a whole lot of people may have seen or even know about. But I think there are some that are really interesting here that you might be interested in, or maybe don't really realize are out there and never really heard of. So let's just dig in. First one is a cool little movie called Buffalo 66. Super low budget and really cool little independent film. Has a lot of cool stars in it. It's a Vincent Gallo film. You may have seen him in a few other things, maybe not. I can't really name off a lot of stuff because I haven't really seen a lot of other films of his, but he had everything to do with this movie, man. He's the star of the film. He acted in it. He did the original story. He wrote the screenplay. He did some of the music. He directed the film. He just had something to do with every aspect of this movie. I'm sure he had a lot to do with casting and whatnot. But some of the names in here are Christina Ricci, Ben Gazzara, Rosanna Arquette, Jan Michael Vincent, Mickey Rourke, Angelica Houston. You know, it's a really cool cast, and it's a really neat movie as well. I'm not going to go into each single film and talk about and review them and stuff like that, but just wanted to talk about a few of the little things about the movie. But if you want to hear more about this one or any of these films, just let me know, and maybe I'll try to sit down and do a specific review on some of these that you might be interested in. There's that one. Next one here would be a really cool Harvey Keitel film called Bad Lieutenant. And this is an Abel Ferreira film. It has some other people in there, mainly some character actors. Victor Argo, Paul Calderon, maybe a few others you might recognize by their face or something like that. Not a whole lot of people that are really well known, but this is such a really cool urban drama, and it's got some really graphic stuff, and just this character is really intriguing. It's one of my favorite Harvey Keitel performances because this character is so crazy, and it's just nutty to see the things and the things he does and the situations he puts himself into, and it's the whole film is just wild. But like I said, if you want to hear more about each movie, or maybe have me do a review for each one, that'd be fine. Just anybody let me know. The next one I want to talk about is the amazing early film in Leonardo DiCaprio's career, The Basketball Diaries. Now this is it's a really cool biopic about musician and poet Jim Carroll. And it's just about his rough upcoming. He grew up in New York City, and as a teenager you're lured into a lot of different things, and he let himself get lured into a really horrible life of drugs and mischief and stuff that could have went very badly. But like I said, this one's got a cool cast as well. It's got DiCaprio, you've got Bruno Kirby, Lorraine Bracco, Ernie Hudson. You got a young Mark Wahlberg in there as well. It's got some cool little cameos, cool little small parts. This is also a neat little low budget indie film that I just thought was really good. But yeah, if you're interested in that, check it out. Really great performances all around. It's one of my favorite DiCaprio films. Next one would be Brian De Palma's Blowout. Now, this is a remake of the Italian film Blow Up, and this movie is extremely good. It's one of Travolta's best performances, and it's kind of a forgotten about film. The reason I wanted to see this movie is two things. One, on the Pulp Fiction special features on the Evening with Charlie Rose featurette. At the time of the interview, Tarantino named his top 3 films, and which they were Rio Bravo, the Taxi Driver, and Blowout. And I had already seen Rio Bravo and Taxi Driver, but I was like, I really want to see Blowout, and my dad had seen it and said it was really, really good, and they were both right. The movie's incredible, and I love Brian De Palma anyway. But if you want to see a really cool old school performance with John Travolta and a really neat murder mystery type movie with some cool characters and some cool actors, also in this movie is John Lithgow, Nancy Allen, Dennis Franz, you know, some different people, but super cool movie, super cool movie. And the last one I want to talk about, this one's actually kind of a rare DVD nowadays. I think it's completely out of print, and it's going for kind of expensive, so this one might be a hard find. But if you have the ways and means to rent this or borrow it or check it out, this is an excellent film. It's A Bronx Tale. It was a made-for HBO film, and it was Robert De Niro's directorial debut. And cool thing about the movie, it was based on a screenplay. The screenplay was written by Chaz Palminteri, the actor, who is one of the stars in the film. And it was based on a one-man play of his. It was just a one-man play that he did on the stage, and Robert De Niro loved it so much he wanted to make it into a movie. And it's got some cool people in it. It's got Chaz Palminteri, obviously, Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro's wife is played by an actress that I don't know her name at the moment. She was on The Sopranos. Joe Pesci has a small part in the film later towards the end, and it's just a really cool kind of coming of age slash gangster movie, and it's a really cool hybrid there, and a great directorial effort of Robert De Niro. I didn't really care for, maybe I need to watch it again, but I didn't really care for The Good Shepherd. That was the second movie he made. That was the only reason I watched it. I liked some of the cast, but I watched The Good Shepherd and wasn't really impressed by it. It was just kind of slow and plodding, and I didn't think the performances were so good. I actually didn't even make it through the movie, but I don't know. I really want to give it a second chance because I want to really like it. As a big De Niro fan, I like Robert De Niro a lot, and I loved A Bronx Tale. There was something about The Good Shepherd I just couldn't really get into it. Sometimes it's just the place and time you are. Maybe you weren't into it at the time. Maybe you'll like it later. But alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and if you have seen these movies, give me your thoughts and inputs on what you thought about any of them. And if you haven't seen them and would like to see a deeper review, maybe I can view a couple of them sometime soon and give you a full-on review for them. So, alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.